Hello, I'm Garmblond1, and this is Centauri Night School Days, being run on BESM Second Edition Revise. Uh, it's hardish sci-fi, and I've got these people with me. Zia,
Hi, I'm Zayo. I'm playing Ashlyn Celine. Uh, we really don't have much in terms of character descriptions, I think, because we don't exactly have classes or shit. Uh, but she's human, and she also has a little pet servant bot named Fia, who is a little kitty. It's a robot. Anyways, Astor, you're next.
Hi, I'm Esther. I'm playing Jenny Argo, a salvager slash mechanic slash not very friendly to some kind of people right now, but that could change in the future. Not sure who's next.
I think me.
Hi.
Yep.
Okay. Hey, I'm Ty. I'm playing Skylar, a android that looks fairly similar to a decent ball-jointed doll. I've got a little android robot-y friend that looks like one of those round soy sauce containers. Think like Dalek, but friendlier, and kind of looks more like a trash can you'd find at the mall. Please do not use soy sauce as a trash can. That's not nice. Or I'll name him Xeno Soy Sauce just to piss off Zio.
I thought you were already gonna. Hi, I'm Sho. I'm playing Adriano Basayo, also known as Adri, and he just wants everybody to like him. It's not going so well.
and I believe that's all of us. Yes.
You remembered sooner than Karu normally does.
Yup.
I'm doing my best. I've got to beat Karu in some area, and if it's remembering how many players I have in a session, I'm calling that a win.
I mean, you already have her beat in TPKs.
It's true.
It's true.
2-1 TPK champ.
And yet both of them forget their own names during intros.
Hey, I got my name right. Garmblond1.
Garmblond 1.
I'm blonde now. Forever.
For another day.
We'll see.
We'll see on Friday.
Yup. Alright, so where we left off last time in our tragically short session, because planning is very hard, you went to your first day of high school here at Timoshenko Academy, only to find that the front doors of the school had been tragically vandalized with, I believe, humans go home or something like that. And that's... Oh, and you guys played Two Truths and a Lie and didn't kill each other, and I am very proud of all of you. It's a high school setting, so you might all kill each other by the end of it. I've seen Brick. I know how this goes. Oh, I do have one piece of news I forgot that I gotta say before we get into it. And also, I really need to start looking at my camera and not the webcams. Those of you who have watched this stream for a while know our dear friend Illustrious, also known as Nox Populi. He's in a documentary. I believe it's called Cicada 3301. It's finally out. If you are interested in cryptography stuff, go Google that. I think it's up on YouTube now. It's mostly great, except they say BGB at some point in an on-screen graphic instead of PGP, and it hurts. It physically wounds me.
I did not know that finally got released. That's awesome.
Yeah, literally today.
Oh, okay, that's why I hadn't heard about it.
Yep. We watched it drunkenly last night. Anyway.
Well, someone was drunk for it.
Yeah, just one person.
Totally.
Suffering!
Anyway, back to the actual game that we're actually playing. Oh, you also had an introduction speech from Headmaster, the principal of the school. It was not the most awkward high school introduction speech I've ever heard in my life. That would go to the principal of my high school, who informed us during an assembly that he would like to experience an adult relationship with each and every one of us.
What?
Yeah.
And then just kind of looked at the crowd as we all went silent, wondering what he'd said, and I don't think he ever... Anyway.
Let me just point out, he was able to make an auditorium full of high schoolers go silent.
800 teenagers, dead silent.
Well,
Skill.
Our high school.
Yeah. You're muted, Aster.
No?
Oh, sorry, I thought you'd said something. All right. So your first day at this. I think you're all new to the school, aren't you?
I'm assuming so.
as
I
far as I
Yes.
can remember.
That makes my life easier. Thank fuck.
Then you might know.
All right. For you're not the worst. For reasons of narrative convenience, we're going to go with a more typical anime style of high school organization than you might find in the West. Yes, there will be people doing peace signs in the hallways at every opportunity. So I am giving you guys a homeroom, mostly because if you guys only share a room and don't see each other for the rest of the day, this becomes a lot more complicated and boring. So you guys managed to find your homeroom fairly easily, and in it there's a fairly burly brown-skinned man sitting at a desk. He's got one arm made of flesh and one made of metal, and he beckons all the students in as they come in and waits for y'all to sit down and shut the fuck up. It
It's
takes
gonna be a while.
it's gonna be a while given the events of this morning. I'm gonna move the friggin' webcams onto my main screen so I stop awkwardly looking at the side constantly. I have 3 monitors. I am also very easily distracted, and sometimes I get through an entire sentence without going off to another track. It doesn't happen very often. Thank you.
Listen, dude, I've known you for how long?
An unreasonable amount of time.
Yeah.
I like your bull. No, paying attention, not
See?
commenting on show's goddamn plushies. I'm sorry,
No,
Aster.
that's not right.
It's fun.
Yeah, so you all, come in and settle down. You hear chatter from the rest of your miscellaneously hair-colored classmates. They're like, who do you think graffitied the school? I bet it was the Eye of Ra. And one's like, yes, of course it was. That was the symbol of the Eye of Ra. Come on, man. You hear a smack as somebody smacks the other guy upside the head.
I mean, to be fair, it deserved it.
Yep. Give me 1 sec because I wrote this guy's fucking name down on my phone because I'm not very smart.
Hey, at least you came up with a name.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I got 1 name.
Throwing
rest
shade.
The rest will all be hastily improvised on the spot. On the spot when it happens.
Okay.
So anyway, after a couple of minutes of tolerating this bullshit, your teacher finally stands up. He's been sitting there in the fucking Gendo pose this whole time, just waiting to see if you all shut up on your own. It doesn't happen.
We're teenagers.
I mean, he has to judge this new class.
Yeah.
I promise, even if we weren't teenagers, this is still a classroom.
Yeah, nobody shuts up until the teacher finally says, all right. So he
Or does
stands up.
something interesting.
Well, that never happens. He stands up and says, all right, everybody settle down. He takes a position up at the very front of the... I guess you still have whiteboards, even though it's the future. They're efficient, I guess. It's probably some fancy-ass smart whiteboard with,
It's just a touchscreen.
It's a touchscreen, yes. It's not like a real marker. It's like a little... It's like a giant tablet, basically.
Is now a bad time to say that my high school had those?
What?
In fairness, the tone I've been going for Centauri Nights is that it's supposed to look like and feel generally like a 1990s anime. So I'm going with that's fine. This is an extrapolation of technology as imagined in the 1990s. This is not just an excuse for me not being good at futurism. If you want good futurism, please go read The Culture, which actually takes place in 1970 Earth time. But anyway, don't think about that. Think Anyway, he stands up and goes, all right. Welcome to Timoshenko, it's Academy. Welcome to Timoshenko Academy. I'm your homeroom teacher, Mr. Chakravarti. All of you in this classroom have been put here because you're all new to this school. You will find it's an unusual place. No matter where you came from, I'm sure it wasn't like this. If that wasn't obvious from and he points out the window, the giant university over there. And there is a giant university. The 12th grade wing of the school is the one most closest to it. About 3/4 of the campus is taken up by the university, which is, a mix of research and educational facilities, as most universities are, except for the Christian universities, which are not, they don't have research facilities in my experience. I was so close to getting through one sentence. I was so close. Anyway, all of you who have come here for a reason. Whether that be seeking glory in the... I fucked the speech up already. Anyway, by the end of this year, you will be heading out into the adult world. I hope that in your time here, you become equipped with the knowledge that you need to survive in this strange place. I don't know how many of you originally come from Earth, but rest assured, you'll find Alpha Centauri to not be much like it. Those of you who were born here, well, you've heard the stories. You know what happens down on Osiris. It's a dangerous place. And with that in mind, I would like to give you some lessons to think about during this year. I've brought a special guest in today to help guide you, perhaps. Maybe give you, if you're not sure where you're going in life, perhaps you should listen to this man. Please welcome Mr. Sultana from Gamma Security, and a big burly guy with long hair and skin as black as coal walks in, and you can see he's got a fucking assault rifle strung across his back and a sigil with a Gamma letter on his jacket. You recognize him as being one of the freelance police. Because Alpha Centauri is a shithole, they don't really have centralized police. It's fucking libertarian hell, where all the police are individual corporations.
A man chooses, a slave obeys.
Thank you. Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, they've some of you may have opinions about this. Ash in particular, you might. One free cop organization did kind of massacre a bubble farm a while back looking for ivory terrorists, but hey, that's life, right? It was not this free cop organization, but these are the guys that basically provide security for your school. Machine security, Alpha Centauri. Anyway, this man, strides up to the front of the room, and I am suddenly realizing that I used the voice I was going to use for him for Mr. Chakravarti, so that's too bad. I just got to make it even. No, that's as deep as I can go.
If only males could have similar voices to each other.
Yeah, every single guy in the campaign just speaks like this, is slightly slow and a little deep. Anyway, Mr. Chakravarti sits back down in, again, the Gendo pose. Those of you who are paying attention see his, the inside of his metal arm pop open. He, pulls something out of it and drinks from it and then puts it back.
Amazing.
I cannot help but think a teacher with one arm that's metal. I have to ask, do Starship Troopers exist in this universe?
Oh, absolutely, yes. Mobile infantry made me the man I am today. Puts himself away
One
from
day
the
you'll
chairs.
be citizens too.
I'd like to make a special note of this arm container of liquids so that I can hopefully modify my own arm at some point when I'm going to need it.
For all the liquids you drink?
Mm.
No, for all the drugs I'm going to shove into somebody else's mouth.
Sometimes I wonder why I let you guys do character creation and didn't guide you. I should have shepherded you through. You know what? Anyway, we're just continuing because apparently I cannot fucking. Yeah. I've been switching medications a bunch recently, so like my mind is not the best right now. I will tell you guys that.
Right now.
Thank you, Pie.
I like your banana hair.
Thank you, Aster.
Really?
Oh, you weren't joking.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this
Pineapple
is a fresh,
summer.
This is a fresh bleach job. It will not remain this way for very long. This is better than the last bleach job. Anyway.
Let's see how many times we can distract the DM.
We'll get like
You
through
know-
10 minutes of this day for the characters
Yeah.
for the session.
To be fair, this is like on par for some animes I've seen.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
Also, this makes me rethink all of the 11 years I've spent switching medications every 6 months, and I wonder if I was like this.
I mean, I could also just be using it as a cover for me just being super underprepared. You know, who knows?
Could be both.
So,
Anyway, so big burly gamma security guy. He walks up to the front of the class and he is covered in shiny ass fancy technology stuff, like he's got a fucking eye reader thingy. You know what I mean? Augmented reality lens thing, not an eye reader because eyes are viewed. Anyway,
Like a Terminator eye.
more like the Scouter from DBZ.
yeah.
Yeah. You can see him look over the class and like he scans across it as if almost the same way security guards scan over things. You all know the look. And like you can see his eyes visibly stop on a few students, including Skylar? No.
Oh,
Shit, show what was your character's name?
Adri.
Adri, sorry.
Look at Rule 20, where the names are.
Right, I guess I could put that on the other screen. Adri, yes. You can see him like visibly stop his scan once he gets to you, and like his eyes narrow for a second as he sees the dream jewel on your forehead.
My own eyes widen a little bit innocently.
Sky, how obvious is it that you're an android with your joints covered up?
for most people, not very. For
Okay.
someone who's looking for it, probably noticeable. Like,
Okay.
if his whole purpose is to scan the room for strange things, yes, he'll probably notice.
Yeah, I think he's looking more for the kinds of people likely to be Ivory agents just kind of habitually, and Dream Jewel in the forehead is pretty up there.
Hey.
Yeah, well,
It's true.
Maybe you
They
should have read
could-
the fine print.
they could just be really into Siren fashion, or Alexandrian in this case, but, you know, there's always a chance. You can't tell if those things are live until there's suddenly a nanite knife in your throat.
I mean,
See?
These things happen.
hey.
These things happen.
But
Hey, you decided to have that thing in your
Oh, I
forehead,
know.
You must
This
suffer.
is-
I warned you.
Oh, I know.
Anyway, he doesn't say anything,
Mhm.
but he definitely takes note. After a minute, he finally begins to speak, and I stall desperately for time. Can you guys hear the fucking lawnmower? Okay.
Really?
No.
All right, we're gonna call it good then, because if I close that window, I'm going to die. And I don't think we want that. That's the opposite of a TPK. Game's still over, but wrong half is dead.
God is dead.
And we killed him.
Heavy.
Well.
All right. Anyway, why do I not write this shit out? Why am I this way?
That's a good question. Why don't you write this out?
Because instead you were drunk watching documentaries.
Oh yeah, that's why. Anyway, he goes up to the front of the room. You can see. I already said what he looks like. Students of Timoshenko Academy. You've entered Alpha Centauri you've entered the academy at a an interesting time in the system's history. We are beset on all sides by people like the Eye of Re, the Selket Experience temples. Strange conspiratorial groups abound. If you wish to fight the anarchy coming up and fight to preserve peace, join a free cop organization like Gamma Security or even the United Nations. And he glances over at Mr. Chakravarti as he says that. They're also adequate. But whatever you do, stay away from the people who, the kinds of people who vandalized your wonderful school earlier today. They do not seek good for humanity. All they want is the destruction of all we hold dear. Consider joining Gamma Security. Thank you. And he just walks off, and you can see the assault rifle clanking against his back as he goes.
This just feels like military recruitment.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Be all that you can be.
Yep. I've seen one or two military recruitment ads in my time. I know how they go.
I'm surprised it didn't pull out a college textbook, smack it on the podium.
Yeah.
You could either get one of these, woof, or one of these, unholstered the AK.
Holy shit, that's really good.
Have
Can we
you
back
never
up
seen
a bit?
American Recruitment?
Hi, I'm Canadian.
Yeah,
our
and you
military-
just mostly described one.
All our military recruitment ads are like, hey, do you want to help people in natural disasters prevent, not die?
Yeah,
Join the army.
it's
Ours are like,
mostly
what?
humanitarian
part of the
stuff.
natural disaster?
Yeah, no, most of the military recruitment stuff here is for humanitarian purpose. It's
Yeah, it's like, hey, do you want to help people in their areas flooded or there's an earthquake? Or do you want to help, dismantle unexploded ordnance in third world countries? Join the Canadian military. They're not so big on the do you want to shoot 1 billion people?
Yeah, no, they don't mention that
No.
shit.
Yeah.
Well, you said he was carrying an assault rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not clear if that's stepped up from normal because of the vandalism or if that's just...
I was gonna say, is that a common sight around the habitat? Not necessarily just the academy.
Probably only freelance police would have something quite that burly on the Hab. Down on Osiris, there would be Ash, you have almost certainly fired a less ridiculous version of that before. Probably something... You can't tell the specs of that, but you were a farmer. Actually, Osiris doesn't have wildlife. You don't have to worry about feral hogs. Anyway, you're probably familiar.
You
Just
need it
in
for
case.
self-defense, at least.
Yeah. It's a rough place. Also, thank you, Esther.
30 or 50 mecha scorpions.
Yeah. Hey, hogs are dangerous, my man.
Mhm.
Anyway, I'm trying not to launch into unrelated anecdotes as best I can, and it is difficult. Pi thinks I might have ADHD. I don't know.
I didn't say it this time.
This time.
Anyway. Yeah. He walks off. You can see him tap a finger to his ear as he leaves, obviously picking up some kind of message. And I definitely indicated the wrong fucking side. Anyway, and Mr. Chakravarti, stands up in the center again, where I guess there's a podium because podiums are cool. The year ahead will have many choices for all of you. By the end of it, you could join a free cop organization, or you could go to the university, or you could join the UN or a research organization. I hope you've managed to make the right choices. They will not all be easy, but for the continued human prosperity in this system, I think it's clear enough what choices must be made. Anyway, welcome to Timoshenko Academy. You'll be seeing me every day. I hope you get used to it. And you can hear his left hand whir a little bit every single time he moves it. I guess you guys are probably in the back corner. Anime.
Is there a side with a window?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Then, as per anime rules, we are on that side.
Yes.
As thou must, yes. Outside the window, as I said earlier, you can see the university section of the campus, which is a bit bigger and a little bit generally more high tech. You can also see some university students milling about. The high school part of the academy, they have the fancy ass uniforms that Zio drew. The university half, on the other hand, has no uniform regulations, and they also tend to be a bit more, I don't want to say freaky, but they tend to have more xenomods than the high school part.
They're
Like
adults.
you can
They can
see
finally have cool shit.
It's
exactly.
college.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go to college, you get new eyes, you get a tail. Yeah,
I want a
this-
tail.
good luck.
I have
Yeah, I
a
know.
question.
Yes.
And Adri, how
Yeah.
old do you look?
Um.
Like, compared to the college age students?
I shit. I look probably around like 15, maybe.
So you look like a baby.
Yeah. I'm also 5'2", so.
Oh my god,
You're
actual
tiny.
You are so tiny. Oh my
I was gonna say, like, maybe if Adri looks older, he could
Mm-mm.
fit in with
Nope.
the college students for having the
Nope.
dream duel, and like, oh, that he's just got mods because he just graduated. No,
Oh my
never
god.
mind.
Tiny
They would
child.
totally think you're some kind of poser.
Isn't he?
Or somebody who got suckered into getting it because they were told it was cool.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
He's the dweeb who would listen to whatever someone else says.
But they said it would help me get my memories back.
Sure.
Oh wait, they said it would help me get memories back. They didn't emphasize my.
Words are important, it turns out.
Yeah, and if you have 3 days worth of memory, then
Yeah. Anything you guys want to do in homeroom?
well, I'm clearly not paying attention to anything. Probably like doodling on my desk. Well,
Yeah, I'd like to check out the room for what kind of technology it has and how much of it is pilferable.
You are history's greatest monster.
Yes. And
I assume you all have laptops because it's a future school and you all get laptops. I've seen Evangelion, that's how it works.
oh,
I hope this ends better for you than Evangelion.
spoiler alert.
It couldn't really end worse.
Oh, it could.
Right, it could be the reboot.
I like anyway.
Moving on.
What in particular are you looking for?
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry?
What in particular are you looking for?
Like, security-wise, what are they watching for, or is it just the security guards?
I'm not actually sure if they'd have like cameras.
Oh, they probably do.
I mean, why have cameras that people can notice?
What do you mean was incorrect? Sorry.
That's a good point. You have reason to believe that there are cameras somewhere, but if you had to guess, somewhere along the front of the room, probably up against the ceiling. But
Or the home
they do have
teacher
camera
could-
fly bots.
Oh, wow.
Future's fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just going to say they probably have cameras implanted in the homeroom teacher's eye or something.
Maybe.
That's also fucked up.
Yeah, that's what you do.
I mean, for quality control, this conversation is recorded.
I mean, the teacher could also just be recording shit because he's one of those people who prefers having archives of everything.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway, the rest of homeroom goes by more or less uneventfully. It's only like 10 minutes at the start of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly just to take attendance, make sure you're all actually on campus, and
So, one last question before. Are there anyone else, any others with Dream Jewels? I doubt it. Or anybody else who stands out in terms of, oh, that's some interesting xenotech.
definitely nobody else with Dream Jewels.
Okay.
You notice one student who you think might have a xeno-modified tongue.
To do
It's pretty hard to tell.
what?
Taste things.
So there's no one else who looks like they're supposed to be in the main cast of characters.
Oh my god.
Yeah, basically. Funky
Don't
hair
worry.
colors abound. But like maybe one guy with the funky Xeno eyes. But nobody with something quite as obvious as a Dream Jewel. The rest of the student body is, I don't want to say ethnically diverse because that sounds like a cop-out, but just because of the nature of the way Alpha Centauri is settled, like either these kids or their parents come from many different places. Pretty much all across the earth in some way or another. Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions about your? And like some of them are fucking jacked. There's nerdly looking types. There's big fucking footballer looking types. Although football isn't really the most popular sport in the world here. Some kinds of people with like bleach blonde hair. It looks like a banana. At least one guy with a pompadour.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally.
They're cool again. Probably.
No.
That implies they were cool in the first place.
They were always cool.
Keep
I've
telling
seen
yourself
one
that, Garm.
without a pompadour.
I've seen I can't grow my hair that long.
Yes, you can.
I've seen Redline. Pompadours are cool. They help you win races. They help you get the girl. Son of a bitch. One sentence, just one. All right. Any other questions about
Homeroom?
Yes.
How many students seem skeptical of the whole recruitment business?
About 75% of them. You've got about 25 students in the class, so that doesn't evenly work out into 75 because I did not think this sentence through. But like probably 18 or so are not really that thrilled about it. There's a couple are like, oh, that seems like a great idea.
How
Just
many
didn't
of the
think
ones
about
that aren't thrilled about it are like pissed about it as opposed to like, what the hell?
Girl who may or may not have a funky tongue seems the most dismissive of it. You can see her like kind of, go and blow her hair up and push it back out of her face. Like lean back in her chair, like whatever. Fucking.
Being
See, it's
really
taking-
obvious.
Yeah, not being the most subtle in the world. In fact, her blowing her like hair back out of her face is probably when Adri notices
Oh, tongue.
tongue.
So, what color is her hair?
It's dark green.
Cool.
Dark green. Fairly long. Most of it's braided around, like most of it's braided, but some of it's obviously come loose.
Mm-hmm.
And probably just kind of drapes down over her face, and she has to keep pushing it back every once in a while.
All right.
I'm trying to decide if she has a leather jacket or not.
Yes.
Roll a die.
It's the 90s. It's the 90s.
It's the 90s. She is implicitly a delinquent.
If you have to ask, she is.
That's actually a really good point. Yes. Yeah, she's got most of the normal uniform. Like you can see the fancy colored shirt and everything, but she does have a leather jacket over it. It is bereft of patches as far as you know, but we'll see how that changes over the year.
She has to collect all the badges.
Yep. That's
She
how
wearing shorts too?
They're really
Sure.
comfy.
They're comfy and easy to wear.
I guess
She's got-
while we're at it, Is anyone wearing really detailed, kind of anachronistic fashion? Like some kind of modern interpretation of a turn-of-the-century clown?
Of a clown. I feel like you're referencing something very specific.
Jojo.
Okay,
Um,
I've only ever watched one episode, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Nobody is currently performing anatomically impossible poses. Currently.
Give it time.
I mean, with xenomods.
I was more thinking we have an android in our class, so.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
You look over and Sky's just like.
Are there any other androids, or is it just me?
Just you.
Perfectly
Also-
normal.
Perfectly normal. How do you sit, by the way? Are you like perfectly ramrod straight, or? Yeah, all right.
You really don't
Um,
try to hide the whole android
You know what?
thing.
I'm gonna be normal. We're gonna have brown hair. We're gonna have like normal clothes. We're gonna sit straight. I found the android. It's the weird one. Hair's not blue.
Yeah, there's some interesting fashion about most of it. Like, you have to have some elements of the fucking uniform. It's not super strict. That's all I got.
That's because otherwise nobody would listen to any of it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, please have something that makes you visibly from the school.
We
Might
need
have
to
like an
tell your
sorry.
high schoolers.
Yeah, might have like you might have an ID card that has to be pinned somewhere on it or something.
Either that, or you just wear a shirt that says, "I go to Timoshenko Academy."
Actually,
There's probably
yes,
at least
there is
one.
one guy in the front row who is wearing nothing of the uniform but has a T-shirt that says, "I go to Timoshenko Academy. Is this good enough?"
And maybe like the academy symbol just in the
Yeah.
corner.
Yeah.
Symbol.
Does the homeroom teacher ever point out that is not enough? You've been warned.
Yeah. As the like, as you all leave to go to your first actual class of the day, you can see Mr. Chakravarti like tap him on the shoulder and be like, "Come on, man, we gotta start the year out this way. At least the coat. The coat's nice. Come on." You don't hear the rest of it, unfortunately.
But the coat is nice.
The coat is nice. Also, shout out to Zio for designing the uniforms. I don't know if she's shown them on stream yet, but they are very cool.
I was gonna say, why don't we have a handout with the art so we can see the art as you talk about it?
I mean, that is true, Garm. You could do a handout
That's a
with the
really
uniform.
good point. You want to discuss some things amongst yourselves while I
So, how many classes are we expected to have a day? Like,
And how
I'm
many
going
of them do we have together?
yeah.
I'm going to go with 5 and like 4 for convenience.
The real question is, which one don't we have together? Garm's like, I take it back. You all just troop from one class to the other all together.
No, probably the last one of the day you guys don't have together, because I think you all have somewhat different interests of some kind. You're probably split like 2 and 2, because I believe Ash and or not Ash, Sky and I'm trying to do like 3 things. Shows Adri. Both have. You two aren't really sure what your curriculum is, frankly.
Yeah.
Adri,
it's a
especially,
little-
you're not sure why you're here.
Yep. It's a little of this, a little of that, and why do I have some corporate espionage classes in here?
I don't think they
The
have.
real question, Adri, is if you fail a class with extra memories, that's just sad.
But, I mean, they're
You have extras.
yeah, but they're like hundreds of years old. They're out of date.
You have to
Yeah,
be in
so is the
history
teacher.
classes then.
You should still be able to do math.
He's not that old. He's kind of old, but Also, shout out to Carter, who is a goddamn champ, and was like, here's the shit that you're trying to post right now. Thanks, Carter. You're not even DMing today.
But she's
That's why
listening.
she can
She's
throw
giving
shit
me
at you.
feedback. His
Show the
audio.
players.
Ah, why does she?
This is Ash.
Why did you do that, Karu? That was not required.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Thanks again to Zio for designing these lovely uniforms. Now that I think about it, I owe her lunch and literally went to lunch with her this weekend and completely forgot.
Mm-hmm.
You could have said something.
I forgot about it too, until I had already bought food.
Oh well.
These are really nice.
They are.
I know, right?
Hmm?
Zio does very good art. You can commission her for money.
Look at these baller leggings.
I think the leggings aren't actually in this one.
They're in
Yeah,
the
it
middle
is.
one. It's
Oh,
hard to
yeah.
tell because boots.
Right. Also the boots, hot damn.
I want the freaking
Zio,
jacket.
when can I buy that jacket?
Yeah, please, and thank
I
you.
can't sew.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Just with the leggings. These are dope.
See? I don't even like leggings. I'd wear those.
We'll figure it out. We have a merch shop somewhere.
Anyway. Next class.
No, shill forever. Anyway, yes, they're very nice. I'm very happy with them.
Anyways.
So on your way, I don't know what you do, Aster. You're here for weird shit, right?
Wow.
I'm here for the most traditional high school stuff ever. Shop, fabrication, the tech school kind.
Jenny showed up with demolition skills.
Of course.
That's
Yeah,
part
and now
of
she
shop.
needs to round it
To
out.
not blow things up, you have to know how to blow them up.
I mean, yeah, duh.
You're not as wrong as you could be. I did a propane certification, and frankly, that was most of the course. Also, propane, do be careful, please. Please.
Also, when you do physics, they're like, imagine a spherical cow. If you put the spherical cow into a cannon and fire it with this much energy, how far does it go?
This far.
Very far.
Not very
Far
far because
enough.
it already exploded.
But
We'll
Jenny,
put it in the sabo.
I figure you probably have something that where your class is actually over in the university instead of the high school. Is there any good
Definitely.
candidate for that?
Yeah,
Pardon?
definitely.
All right. Whatever that is, Adri's going to be stuck with you for that. So have fun.
Oh, right. I also have demolitions.
Oh, we're gonna be in shop class together. Okay.
Oh,
But anyway, that's later today. For your first class of the day, as you're heading to whatever the hell it is you have,
You're gonna have to
Adri-
pick it eventually.
no, I don't.
I'm gonna make you.
Oh.
Fight me, Adri. You feel a hand grab you by the arm and pull
What?
you off to the side.
What?
And there's a
Bye, bitch.
Can I help you? Please
and
don't touch
as you're pulled off into like a little section between lockers, there's a pale kid with like dark black hair and just I want to say very black eyes, but not like the sclera is fine, just the irises.
I feel called out now.
Look. Okay, fine. He's got green eyes with yellow around the pupils like mine. Are you happy? I have a rare condition. It's called not having any fucking melanin at all.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm doing my best. Anyway, he goes, "Hey, Adrian, where were you last night?"
Where was I? I don't. What are you talking about?
You were after you touched down. You were supposed to come meet up with me.
My transport got damaged, so I don't remember any.
And you see his eyes slowly widen, and he's just like, Oh.
So, who are
But
you?
they found you at the space. Okay.
Mhm.
I don't have a last name yet.
You knew this was coming.
Yeah.
You knew it was coming.
Wink, wonk.
Look, man,
Yes. Dungeon Master.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Jez. Didn't like they gave you pictures of me before you left Earth. You really don't remember anything.
Nope.
Do
Oh.
you remember? Oh boy.
Do we notice this?
You probably noticed that Adria is no longer with you.
How much
Don't
do I
think more
care?
than that.
Where'd the
I
dumb
don't
one
think
go?
somebody noticed.
It's just two kids talking in the hallway.
No! Come back! I need my experiment!
Maybe they have a crush on each other. Who knows?
What?
And there goes Skylar
Oh.
too. Okay, great.
Oh,
We lost two of
crap.
them.
I'm just gonna hover subtly in the background.
And they're talking very quietly enough that you can't hear them over the general noise, but... So,
That adds
you
to
don't
the
know
drama.
me. I'm gonna guess you don't know where the temple is either.
No.
Alright. What's your room number?
Garm, what was the room number that we had?
I don't know. You just tell them whatever the fuck
Yeah,
it is.
blah, blah, blah.
Like 605 or something. Alright.
On the
look,
ground fucking floor?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Bullshit!
Oh,
Why do all the room numbers have 4 digits?
look, I'll get in contact with you later. Just stay out of trouble.
Adri, come on. You're gonna be late.
What?
Go to class, Adrian.
Okay, bye. And you said his name what? Jez? Zesh?
Jez. J-E-Z.
Okay.
Just gonna go write that the fuck down.
Who's that?
I don't know, but apparently he knew me.
Can he be trusted? Is he single?
I don't know.
You didn't find this out talking to him.
I mean, considering the length of conversation that we had before we were interrupted, raise eyebrow.
Was clearly enough time to find out.
Sorry,
Give you
I'm
a
not
gut
as...
feeling if he could be trusted, and find out if he was single. Don't give me that look.
I'm just going to turn around and continue walking to class, because I have no idea what that...
How are you gonna fit in with everyone else if you can't even get in on the gossip?
I'll hack and find out later. That's what you told me.
Acceptable.
Just like add that boy up on Facebook or something.
Oh, God.
Oh god.
Did you just say, oh, man?
I'm just gonna give you all love interests. Have fun.
But
Please
that...
don't.
Dating sim.
Please don't.
Do you want me to not give Ash any love interests?
Please just don't. Please, no love interests.
I can leave Ash out of it.
Thank you.
If something happens naturally, go for it. But
Yeah.
how do you feel about that, by the way, Aster? I should have asked this off screen. You know what? We can talk about this later because this is Garden Break 1. I only had 2 weeks to prepare for this.
Yes, and...
Moving on.
Anyway, so you guys head off to your next class.
Mm-hmm.
It is not notable in any way.
Adri, where were you?
I was gonna say, are the only seats open now in the fucking front?
Absolutely.
You were gonna regret this Garden Break one.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Adri,
No.
where the hell did you go?
I was accosted. I'm gonna kind of...
I didn't do it!
It's day 1. Homeroom just finished. Are you already getting bullied? Like, that's gonna
Yes.
be a record for this school.
My
Yeah.
cheeks just turn red.
Okay, I'm guessing so.
Do you know who Jez is?
I have literally been at this school as long as you guys. I don't recognize that name. I'm assuming Garm. Yes, I don't recognize the name.
Correct.
Okay.
Does anyone else pipe up helpfully? "21 other students, not a single damn one knows." All right.
All right. So your bully's name is Jez. That's good to know.
He's not. Never mind. And then I'm just gonna take up my laptop and start typing something.
No, you're not
And by
helping
that
the
you mean-
situation.
Don't care.
So, Garm, what is this class?
It's Osiris Artifactology.
I am on my laptop reading manga.
So,
Don't care.
Tech related, I'm paying attention. Like, fuck yeah.
The class basically serves as a overview of basic the kinds of things that have been recovered from Osiris wreckage sites and the star tombs and stuff like that. This is technically a first year class, although due to the special nature of your homeroom and your place in this academy, it's usually kind of forced upon the newcomers, because Timoshenko is kind of all about xenotech and xeno geology, xeno.
We get it. There's
Zoology.
a lot of Xeno.
There's a lot of xeno.
Yeah, I definitely already know everything this course would teach.
Yes, unfortunately you're stuck with it, but yay, slacker credit, you can read some xeno manga.
I'd like to see what I can find out about Jez's profile on Facebook.
1 sec, and we will get to that, I promise you. Jenny, what kind of manga do you read?
JoJo. It's still going, in fact.
Yeah, part 10's fine. Part 10's out now.
Oh, this is like part 50 at this point.
I know, man. I've seen the production rates of popular shonen manga. I assume it's gone Hunter x Hunter like production rates at this point.
Oh my god, we might actually have like 3 more issues of Hunter x Hunter at this point.
Nice. Full of very well drawn turkey and chicken and not much else.
And then a
Shout
room
out
that resembles the artist's living situation.
But yes, shonen runs forever. You can reasonably assume that it's probably not the original author at this point, because it's like 2150.
They could be cloned.
Oh god, that's actually true.
That is a horrifying fate for manga artists.
Especially the guy behind JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Like, I'm not sure you could replicate that,
I mean, you can certainly try.
He's really weird.
And Garm, remember,
Anyways, we're
you'll
getting
need-
really off topic, guys.
you'll need the
Indeed.
brain and the spinal cord.
Also, Dragon Ball Centauri is definitely on right now. There's also some newer manga out that there are some things that are more Alpha Centauri specific. Popular culture has kind of diverged a little bit because there's a 4-hour delay between the two systems. In particular, there's probably a reasonably popular shonen manga claiming to take place on Osiris pre whatever the fuck happened. Let's just go the fuck ahead and call it Osiris Nights for now. It's weird. It's based on memories recovered from dream jewels and creative extrapolations from there. It's not quite Fate Grand Order levels of extrapolation, but it's something. It could be. Fate's still going. Fate / Centauri is the current entry. Sorry, Fate / Osiris. Anyway, so yeah, the course covers the general categories of shit recovered from Osiris, ranging from the most simple, which are coin belts, which are belts of like coins linked together by chain. These are recovered pretty often. Probably at least one of the people in your class has one. They're like the very basic, like, I like Osiren thing to try and buy. They're so common that they're not, like, the sale of them isn't regulated at all. If an archaeology team comes across one, they can just sell it because they're nothing as far as anybody knows. Exactly. Make sweet coin from those coins. Up to, it doesn't get into like the super dangerous stuff like the tank, like the weird fucking nano tanks and shit, or at least not yet. But it does, talk a little bit about the weird gloves that they find in Osiren things sometimes. So you can only operate if you have 6 fingers. That kind of shit. So if you have any questions about Osiren technology, now is a wonderful time to ask me. Yes, bye.
How often is weird 6-fingered gloves? And have we invented anything that will that will let you use them anyway?
There have been attempts, both in bioengineering and cybernetic engineering, but so far, trying to like we know that they're interface devices of some kind, but it's not really clear what or how. The people most likely to know would probably be, frankly, the Eye of Ray. And for some reason, they're not very forthcoming with their academic research. They don't publish papers. Can't imagine why.
Do they use the net?
They probably use AlphaWeb. Yeah, it's deeply encrypted with AlphaTor. Xenotor.
Is that like a centaur only with more legs?
Unreasonable amounts of legs, and also 6 fingers per hand.
So, what does it take to get into the archives of the Eyes of Ray?
I like when you ask questions. You would have to figure out how the fuck to join their horrible cult/terrorist organization. I don't think Jenny
we're
would
gonna
help.
want to do that.
Try and figure out where one of their cells is located, punch everybody in the face, steal their computer, and run off screaming.
Stop
I like it
giving
when you
pie
answer
ideas.
questions.
The more
pie?
ideas I give Pi, the less ideas I have to come up with. That's the Dungeon Master way.
Is Skylar
Look,
going to get us
they are
all
probably
killed?
on their own closed-net servers as well, but you know there's that idiot that's still posting a spacebook on unencrypted log.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yes. It's also probably the guy whose password is password.
Speaking of Spacebook,
With an
what do I find on Jez?
You find that he has a last name that I didn't figure out yet. Northcott, sure. Jez Northcott.
Okay.
That's definitely not just me looking over at the cover of the book and taking the artist's last name.
Okay.
Jez Northcott, the profile picture looks just like him. It's, taken under the pastel sky of Osiris, so you can tell that he's obviously from the surface. There's not a whole lot on his Facebook page. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Not really.
It does not say that he works at the Eye of Ray, and he does not list his job as terrorist. Right.
You know what?
Yeah.
I guess I was also looking to see if there was any pre-Alpha Centauri, like, pictures and things from AKA like when he was on Earth, to perhaps denote him knowing me.
You flip through, and the pictures go back about 3 years, but they all appear to be taken on. Either you can't tell, or they're obviously somewhere in the system. Most of them have, there's a few landscape shots with the pastel skies of Osiris. There's a couple on Bast, the station you're on. And there's 1 or 2 that appear to be on other planets of the system. It's hard to pinpoint exactly where, but none that are distinctly on Earth.
Okay, and does he have a xenomail?
You can try messaging him on Facebook.
Oh no, I was looking to see if he had a Xenomail so I could maybe try and hack into it later. I mean,
What is with these people?
hey, I'm just following the protocol that Sky showed me.
Don't listen to Sky with anything.
Yeah, that's
Sky
fair.
said, but Sky said that they'd help me. They were the one who said where I could get my memories back. Well, where I could get memories back.
You are far too
Yeah.
gullible.
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 Jez's relationship status is also listed as it's complicated with Alex Tanaka.
Blink.
Look,
All
I'm
right.
just giving you all the relevant information.
Yes, now I'm gonna look at Alex Tanaka's Facebook page and see what I can find.
All right. So you find this Facebook page of Alex Centauri Tanaka. It's their full name. You are forcing me to decide what gender they are far quicker than I anticipated.
What did you expect?
Duh.
Sometimes I forget that Facebook isn't just like you find files on things. It's actually an interconnected network of pages.
If only we had a real life equivalent that he can compare this to.
If only. Unfortunately, as it is the year 1999, I do not possess such a thing, nor would I use it if we did.
Did you
Except
not
once
have
every
a
3
Facebook
years.
in '99?
No. That was like early MySpace days or Nexopia.
Probably
Yeah, sure.
Nexopia. I don't even
Yeah.
think MySpace was out at that point.
It was.
Was it?
MySpace was 2003. It started.
Oh. Okay, never mind. I stand corrected.
Let me dial into the BBS here.
Message boards.
Oh yeah.
Forums.
No.
Just post.
Oh man, we're talking pre-forums here. We're talking fucking dial the fuck in, download every recent message,
Oh
and then
god. No,
Yup.
the hell noise.
I will
have to
save
hear
all
that
of
hell
you.
noise at work still, I'm going to point out.
Oof.
Yep.
And
Anyway, so Alex Tanaka's page is private. You can see one photo, however, which is a picture of two hands clasped together, obviously from two different people. One very pale skin, one maybe like a mid-range brown.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Facebook has privacy settings and people actually use them.
Yeah, I will make note
That's
of
the
that
real
later.
one.
Make note of that later and see if
Can't be trusted. Knows how to use security.
if I can ask Sky to help me get around that at some point.
You guys are fucked up. I'm just saying.
You guys are all monsters, yes, except for Ash, who is like a completely normal ass farm girl who's like, I can shoot a gun and ride a motorbike. That's as weird as I get.
I mean, she also can make little robots that are kitties.
Yeah, that's fair.
I want one.
How am I not normal?
Oh, you are. Don't worry.
Look at your demolitions.
I have 1 point of demolitions, and it is artificial structures, which means I can disassemble robots and stuff that's valuable to robots. I'm
Look,
not blowing up buildings.
I thought that's what artificial
isn't everything
structures
artificial?
was.
A mech frame is an artificial structure.
Oh.
So we're buildings.
Yeah.
They're not organic.
Oh.
Usually.
Mostly.
Huh. Okay.
So you guys suffer through Osiren Artifactology, which is a totally real name of a field. And definitely not something somebody initially wrote as a placeholder and then just kind of stuck for the entire field because it was that, or you put another fucking Xeno in front of something and nobody was having that.
At least Ash wasn't.
Yeah. Xeno Artifactology was considered. Anyway, So you guys survived the class. Assuming you have no further questions for me about. All right.
Not right now, but I will.
Not really.
All right.
That'll be
Most of
something
you-
they hand to you later.
Yeah. Most of you learn something about Osiris artifacts. One of you reads JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and sits there chuckling about what a beautiful Dwang, which I assume is still dank memes in 2150.
Rotorola.
A Bash. It's the only one I know. Sorry, coming up with the speculative future of pop culture in like weird settings is really fun. Anyway, you guys move on to your next course of the day, which is xenobiology. How meat works, not on Earth.
Is
But-
Jenny bored so badly?
Deeply.
I'm a little
Deeply.
sorry. Xenobiology is a weird course, not least because it's a bit more speculative than Osiris artifactology. We don't like there's corpses, and you see diagrams. Like, it's not purely speculative, but there's no live Osirans, which makes trying to determine what particular organs do weird. Most organs are named like somebody's surname organ, or organ like X-6 or something, depending on where they are. You can tell which ones were discovered first because they're the ones with actual names. So you have like Pulver's organ, which is like inside one cheek, and then like most of the interior organs are like, organ 1-C or whatever. I can't really tell you too fucking much out of character about Osiris biology, partially because I don't think the book super goes into it. Things that you should know: 6 fingers per hand, tails. They have a slightly different visual spectrum than humans. Further into red, they basically have 2 thumbs, if that's what you're wondering, Zio.
That's weird.
Where does the other thumb go?
Is it on the other side?
Yep.
Ah. That's weird.
Yeah, it's got like the full opposable thumb structure down there.
Oh, that's so weird. I love it.
I'm gonna go double check the book because this is actually like.
What kind of tails do they have? Are they like floofy? Are they like rat, snake?
Were they
Lizardy,
prehensile?
prehensile.
Prehensile lizard.
They're like scaly.
They have feathers.
I don't believe so.
No, they're like Jurassic Park lizard.
Ugh.
I heard that.
Ew.
Sorry, I'm just trying to double check. One of the unfortunate things about trying to run a game using books from early 2000 is, let's face it, tabletop RPG layout is not very good today. Go back 19 freaking years, and it's just like, why did you put any of these things here? And they're like, oh, because we like things.
Thank you for the bit, anonymous cheer.
Thank you. It is deeply appreciated. I'm glad you were enjoying my like super coherent ranting about like Osiris pop culture.
Wow.
So to answer your question, I don't fucking know. I don't see a section clearly labeled what the fuck do the Osirans look like. I think they have mandibles. They're freaky. You learn some stuff about freaky aliens. I'll try and prepare an actual like handout for you tonight, and I swear it will not be a homework document where you have to fill in words.
Excellent. Is now a good time to remind you I have Osiris botany, ecology, and zoology?
That's what he has to say about it.
I also have botany and ecology.
See, botany and ecology, those two I actually did read up on because you're on one of the few places that actually has that shit still.
Uh-huh.
So you're telling me
like,
the zoology, I'm just gonna screw you over.
Oh no, zoology is also like the snail, cats, and shit. Cat serpents. That's what I'm thinking of, and snail bunnies, because they named everything according to Avatar rules. The Last Airbender, not James Cameron.
You mean the actual one?
You mean the only one that actually exists?
Hey man, there's another James Cameron's Avatar movie coming out next year.
Yeah.
Get hype.
No.
No.
Eh.
I saw the first one at a midnight release. Anyway,
I'm sorry.
I mean, I've
Me
heard
too.
it looks good. It's just everything else is
yeah. Anyway, if you guys, I will try and find you actual answers at some point tonight.
Yay!
Okay.
Yay! I am also a little bit using all of these courses as an excuse to like info dump you guys, which was not my intent going into the session, but boy, is it fucking working out.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, next up is lunch. I don't know if like your school schedules reflect that everywhere in Osiris and Bast have like a 32-hour day. I'm not gonna think about that, frankly.
That must suck for people who came from Earth.
Like you. No, not you. Everybody else, yes. No,
Not
just
me.
pretty
The
much
only
just
one
Adri.
is Adri.
But I don't remember it anyway, so eh.
Yeah.
Probably still have your circadian rhythms.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna ask where you were from on Earth, but like you don't fucking know.
You can decide that, Garm. It's all up to you.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I have ideas.
Yeah.
Lunch is not bad. You're not sure if it's because it's the first day of school and they're trying to convince you that lunch here is good, but it's like
Ah.
it's got taste. It's mostly the kind of stuff that you grow early on in colonization efforts to ensure that there's oxygen and stuff like that. So there's a lot of greens because that shit's important. There's no meat as far as you can tell. It's mostly like there's some plant-based protein stuff, tofu, that kind of thing.
Soylent is real.
It is. It's okay. It's not made. It's not made of people. Not yet. Ash, I know exactly what you're thinking. Yes, your family was responsible for the creation of some of the breeds of greens you are currently eating. About a third of them.
Cool.
As you're eating it, you're like, oh man, Xeno cauliflower.
I'm not gonna say that, Garm. Also, cauliflower is gross.
I would.
Cauliflower is
great.
awful.
Cauliflower and cheddar cheese. Wonderful combination.
Mm-mm.
White cheddar cheese looks like mashed potatoes.
Blech.
Super versatile.
I
Yeah.
Do a million
understand
things
that,
with
but
it.
I'm
I
just
mean,
not
a
a fan of
grain.
the flavor.
I mean, batter, fry, slather in either hot sauce or barbecue sauce.
Right, hot sauce. Yeah.
Cauliflower rice.
No.
Mm.
Raw cauliflower.
Cauliflower wings, really fucking good.
Yeah.
Master has already here.
Anything that you batter and deep fry is going to be good, Joe.
Yes.
Someday I'm gonna do a fucking cooking stream, and it's going to be the worst thing we ever show because like it's gonna end with firefighters.
Oh my god, I want to film this.
I'm gonna point out it's gonna end with firefighters, but half of the food's still gonna be frozen solid.
Yeah.
There actually is one of those shows, I think, somewhere.
Anyways,
it's
we
called
are
Hell's
again getting
Kitchen.
off topic.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Anything you guys want to take care of at lunch? Or are you just like people watching, trying to figure out if this food is?
What?
Do you see your bully anywhere?
Not my
Oh yeah,
bully.
do we see him? I got to see him.
You actually don't. He's not in the cafeteria, as far as you can tell.
Is he even a student?
Hey.
Adri, how old is your bully? Should we be concerned for your safety more than I was before?
You mean more than 0?
What?
Listen, with him walking around with that in his forehead, he's kind of...
We have security here. Yeah, I know. I don't trust them either.
Oh my
Why would
So,
god.
anyone trust those guys?
What do
Hey.
you do about him?
Wait, what?
Yeah,
What
right
if-
after you see that, you see a Gamma security guy walk by.
You heard me!
Don't antagonize them.
He just shakes his head and keeps walking.
Hey. If he shakes his head, that means he's paying attention!
Don't antagonize them. They're pretty trigger happy.
Yeah, they tend to snap whenever it's convenient for them.
Mm-hmm.
I just imagine the security guard like, what did I do?
Pretty much.
As
He
he's
looks
walking away.
he looks significantly younger than the one you talked to earlier. Like, he looks only maybe a couple of years older than you guys.
Get out while you can.
He fell for the book speech.
Do you want the book or the gun?
Hide the gun in the book.
Why not both? Yeah.
I just throw the book at someone's face.
And then shoot them,
Honestly,
right?
that would probably do more damage.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do not see Jez kicking around in the.
When he had pulled me aside, was he wearing a school uniform?
Yep.
Okay.
All of it, actually.
Oh.
He had like
Fucking square.
he had the the boots, the pants, the I regret saying it. I think probably not the vest, but like the jacket and the shirt.
You know, I say what a square, but I probably
And a
have
scarf.
the same damn thing on.
Probably yes.
Trying
sure.
to be the most normal of normals.
Yep. Somewhat offset by how incredibly pale he is, but
Okay, so who looks the coolest out of us four?
probably Jenny. Jenny or Ash.
Jenny it is. I'm gonna message it. Jenny, I need advice. I think I need a new hair color. What hair color is cool?
Not bleach blonde.
No, this is from the Android, so I don't know if that's gonna affect how you answer.
Well, what kind of things do you like?
I am good at, for another 5 minutes, listing off things. Sky is typing. Sky is typing.
Wait, does that mean Jenny isn't eating lunch with us?
Do you really think Jenny would eat lunch with us after last night?
Fair enough.
I just sort of assumed she'd be somewhere else.
Jenny, where are you eating lunch?
I'm
On the roof.
near enough to them. I'm not right next to them, but I'm around. I was definitely playing with a shortwave radio earlier before I was asked about hair colors. Well, personally, I have to recommend black because that's every color. So you can be good at every. Her hair is black.
Sky. Sky.
That's a beautiful answer.
Hey, Sky.
Wait. How many people have white colored hair?
It's probably at least one or two people wandering around with white hair.
I just don't have any pigment in my hair or my skin.
Sky.
Yeah, you see one. Sorry, Zio.
Sky,
One
if you
sec.
want to have a really, really dumb color, considering your name, you could just go with blue.
Do you like the color of the sky?
J.
Pale gray. Isn't that the color of the sky here?
Red. Kinda.
Let's see. Color of the sky.
Also, I've now logged into my brain that if you have white hair, that clearly means you don't know anything or you're not good at anything, because white is the color of no colors.
But
Checks out. Also, Adri, as you're sitting there eating your food, minding your own goddamn business, one guy walks by you. He has white hair. And he's just like, "Cool hair, bro," and keeps walking.
Thank you. You too.
I have to ask: is it when Adri turns around and says "thank you," the guy sees the thing in his forehead?
Yeah, and he like raises an eyebrow but doesn't say anything else. Just keeps walking. Oh, it's a kitty. What's your cat's name?
Her name is Liu.
Very cute.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Dobine!
She's baby.
Follow
unfortunately-
for cats.
Yep.
Yep.
So yes, I would recommend black for that reason, and no reason else. Twirling black hair.
Pie, you're muted.
Oh no, I can't wait until the first month of school is over and I've accidentally looked like Jenny.
You're just like, wait, son of a bitch.
Wait a minute here.
Oh, that's great.
Unfortunately, your lovely lunch hour soon comes to an end.
Hour.
Yeah. Do you not get a full hour for lunch where you are?
Don't mess with it.
Because we sure as fuck did here.
There's 36 here. I think they can spare an hour.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point.
Yeah, how long is the school day if it's how...
Yeah, how long are classes?
Yeah, like...
Yeah. I mean, we only got 5 of them.
Are we on a staggered schedule, like A, B, A, B, A?
BABA.
If I say yes, I have to come up with 5 more classes for you. I'll think about it.
And if you say no, you have to put more in the classes because they're really long.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure how that works.
Figure it out
How
later.
about
Yeah.
class study period? Class study period.
So that you can go home and not have homework
Go home and nap.
Possibly.
after your every hour nap.
So I think I showed you guys the map of Bast.
Yes.
Should be up now. So the way it's pointed is it's at the L5 or L4, sorry, Lagrange point. One side of it is pointed directly at the sun. Light comes in through the center of one of the discs there, and that's how this entire place gets lit up. But it's always pointed that way, so it might always be day there, and people just kind of operate on a 24-hour schedule because a lot of people are from Earth.
But if the planet they're right beside operates on a different hour schedule, wouldn't it make more sense to operate on the schedule for the planet they're beside?
That's probably true. That's actually completely true. I don't know how your school day works, frankly. I will cop to that right now.
So we'll figure that out next time. This is clearly just the weird syllabus day.
I mean, yeah,
Yep.
it's the introduction day.
Yep. And then you guys get sent out into for mandatory farm labor for 10 hours. I don't know.
But
mandatory. Anyway, so after your lovely lunch, brought to you at least partially by Ash's family, you have I think we already did xenobiology, xenoecology.
what about xenoeconomics?
There are several prevailing theories on how economics worked on Osiris. Because Osiris was effectively a post-scarcity society, most material things people needed were built out of nanite fog. There were few physical possessions. Things like the coin belts are particularly odd because they were a small, simple object, but were still made out of actual material as opposed to fog. Whether it was a form of currency, like actual coins, that's unknown. Exactly how the cities of the Osirians produced things and what they traded for, is not currently known. There are several theories from leading economicists on the matter, from the Keynesian school and Marxist schools as well, figuring that this is a society that would basically operate as Marx's ideal, where all labor was owned by the person doing it. No gods, no masters. Anyway, that's all I got for xenoeconomics.
So that's the class we were just in, huh?
Yeah, sure. Xenoeconomics, go nuts.
Hooray!
Poor Jenny. Poor Jenny.
How's
Wish I
Jenny
was
doing?
dead. Wish I was dead.
Do you want to suggest a class?
Absolutely.
All right, hit me up.
Oh.
Watch,
dear.
watch. Our schedule is going to be like, kind of like you have these classes on one day, these classes on another, and this is the day of the week that Jenny is just going to dread.
That's probably a better idea.
And
Like,
sleep in.
So, what would you like to learn?
well,
For
if
your
this is going to
fourth
be
class.
the day that I hate,
Oh my gosh, kitty cat.
xenosociology.
Oh.
Xenosociology. All right. Well, there are a few things that we know about how the Osirans conducted their society. Mostly things we've pulled from Dream Jewels. We know that pheromones were used in their communications, received both through nasal senses and also their fancy ass tongues. The pheromone language is fairly developed, above the level of most Terran animals, not shockingly. Smell is a very, very powerful trigger for memories in Osirans, just as it is humans. It's not uncommon for how we have essential oils that people use to make environments smell better and like theoretically healing properties. Yeah, that actually works with the Osirans.
Smell better.
Yeah, well, that actually works with the
Healing
Osirans.
properties.
Yeah, and I'm saying it doesn't work with us.
That's how they actually vaccinated their kids.
One of the earliest recovered memories from a dream jewel was actually a. I'm trying to think of TOS and figure if I can actually say this, but I think I'm good. Was actually a memory of an Osiran woman giving birth, and ruminating on the circumstances of it, and the one particular factor of it was the scent they had chosen for the room going into it. She remembered that it was the same scent used for the birthing ritual that her sister underwent a year before. So this was obviously a major factor in Osiran ritual and that kind of thing. I'm not going to go into the further details of what the rest of the memory was, but
That's for later in the xenobiology course, yes.
I believe they're egg laying, but I would have to double check that.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. I don't think that's a xenomod you can get. I'm sorry.
Not yet.
Good.
Two kinds of people in this world.
I don't need Adri cooking breakfast. That's not gonna work.
What?
No.
But yeah, that's about all I remember offhand. Again, most memories that people manage to pull from Dream Jewels are kind of scattered, partially because they're not like people store momentous events in their lives. There are memories of, I guess, probably religious services of some kind, graduation ceremonies of some kind, although determining which of those is which is hard. There's not a functional working understanding of Osiran anywhere in Alpha Centauri or on Earth, as far as anyone knows. There's reason to believe that the Eye of Re might have a better understanding, but obviously that's inaccessible. They don't publish.
Nope.
Not yet, they don't.
Not until the humans leave.
Just
I mean,
manifestos.
Yeah, just manifestos and graffiti, basically. The recovery of a sizable proportion of the academic research of the Eye of Re would actually be a huge deal. Like some sort of bizarre terrorist WikiLeaks. Shit, that's actually pretty good. Any other questions about xenosociology I can attempt to answer?
Yes. Are you prepared for me to be the weird ass WikiLeaks of this universe?
That's what I was gonna ask. It's like, Garb, you just
Yeah,
done
we
well,
opened
fucked
a
up.
I apparently have to pay off my roommate, BRB.
I mean, I'm actually pretty down for that as like a long-term goal, frankly. Um,
I think I've got a question for the teacher here.
sure.
So who's the teacher?
You did that on purpose, didn't you, Aster?
Oh, that was
Just-
beautiful.
Just like Mr. Miss name.
Miss. How the fuck do I pronounce that? Miss Rui Jackers. Yes, I will type that. I just missed the same key like 4 times. Miss Rui Jackers. She is unusually tall, about 6.5 feet. She's got long red hair, green eyes. Looks very Norwegian in general because I'm assuming that's a Norwegian name. Watch, it's gonna turn out to be like Afrikaans or something, and I'll be like, fuck.
What name?
Miss Rui Jackers. It's Dutch. Turns out it's Dutch. But still, very.
So, Miss
Uh-oh.
Rui Jacques. Aside from studying how the Osirans failed and why they failed, what value is there in studying a culture which so obviously destroyed itself and had obviously defective structures?
How do you
Well,
know
Miss-
that they obviously failed?
Well, they're
Well,
all.
they're not really around, are they?
How do you know that someone didn't obviously fail them?
Either way, their society collapsed on itself.
Indeed,
Yes.
but we. Sorry.
And I would vastly prefer that ours does not. How else are we to avoid it?
Yes, that's my point. Aside from that, what value is there in studying the subject?
Sargo, we study the remains of many former societies. The Romans, the ancient Greeks, they all provide insights. Indeed, some would say that failure provides more insight than success. There are many unique ways for something to fail, and when something succeeds, we may not necessarily know why. Beyond that, there's the simple human drive to know. We
Well,
have
these
found.
examples are true for us because they're all us. This is a fundamentally different society of people. Not even people. They don't think like us. So, what value is there? Even in our own self reflection?
Son of a bitch, you're good at this.
Perhaps because that they are not people, they are not like us, we can more easily be able to ascertain and identify the flaws in which their society functions, as opposed to studying people, in which case there may be a more direct parallel, and we may be adverse to pointing out these flaws.
Indeed. And we often study the downfall of things that are not, things that are not people. For example, if you're living in a wilderness area and all of a sudden all of the deer start dying, it is of interest to you to know why. It could be something natural. There may be poison in the area. And studying the people of Osiris could provide similar insights.
Just gonna shake my head.
Perhaps when we find out what it is that precisely killed off their civilization, we will better know how to also do that.
Well, we hope to
Recalculating.
avoid that. Miss, the fuck is your last name listed as? It's like Miss, oh, you don't, I thought you had like a designation.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, Miss, DRD231. 7.
It's for droid.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, why?
That's a good
I
question.
think I'm funny.
Aster, I'm very glad I invited you. Even if just for that alone. Hell yeah.
Also for the cat cam.
Also
Yes,
for the cat.
we record.
Mhm.
Any McGurdia stream requires a cat cam. What a good kitty!
What a good kitty. See, if I brought my kitty in there, I'd have like no head left.
It's true. Mittens is very cute, but very clingy.
She's very fierce.
Very fierce.
She
Yes.
doesn't even protect. She just attacks.
Oh.
But she's so cute. She has little tiny paws.
So that was class 4, I think, which brings us to special classes. Sky and Ash. I have determined by DM fiat that whatever weird crap you two are in is absolutely the same class. If it is something weird and advanced, it's probably over in the university. I will give you two a minute to figure that out. Yeah, that's right. You get homework, I guess. Aster and Show, what horrible class do you two suddenly end up in together?
Hmm.
I propose nanomolecular forage.
Okay.
That's baller.
Yep.
Experimental nanotechnology?
No, the nanomolecular forage, I'll have to look up the exact name, but it is suspension of nanites, human nanites, in a vitreous solution where you construct very advanced components. So like a nanite-powered 3D printer.
Baller.
I want
Alright.
one.
Very
It's
expensive.
the shop vacs, right?
Yeah. Like a CNC machine and a 3D printer
Yeah.
in the future.
Cool. Yeah. So you guys get to spend one standard class period, learning how to make relatively simple shit. I'm not sure how advanced this course would be. Actually, no, I want to make Adri suffer. This is a fairly advanced course.
Yes. There's a
I will have you know. Let me just check to see what my things are.
Oh yes, you're not sure how you know a lot of these things, but
Yeah, I
you
have the mechanics skill for nanotechnology as well, so that's why I'm like, oh.
Yep. And as you're looking, like you kind of have your own terminal for simulating what's going to be built, and like you find yourself continuously getting distracted, not really listening to the lectures, and every once in a while you look down and you have put together something that like registers as a valid creation. You're not sure what the fuck it does any of the times.
Huh.
It's
That's okay. Save. I'll figure that out later.
Yeah, it's called a nanofabricator, and it is extremely complicated. It can make stuff out of synthetic diamond made from carbon.
nice.
They
You can throw
are
people in that.
reactive, so they make molecular gears, computers, motor sensors, anything that is super technologically advanced for humans.
Nice. That's dope.
It would definitely be like a shared space though, because these are expensive.
Yeah, and this is why that particular course is over in the university.
Mhm.
One of the advantages of Timoshenko Academy is they can share facilities between those two. Whether this is an effective use of the nanofabricators is probably a matter of much debate for the budgeting committee. It's probably not.
Are you telling me that the college students use it for more useful things?
That's a fair point.
There you go.
Please
Yeah.
do not. make dildos
Actually,
out of
now
salt.
I'm thinking that the high schoolers use it better, and that the people in the budget committee are trying to just give it to them,
Yeah, you guys actually follow the lesson plans more than half the time.
and like don't make things for new drinking games, things that are not safe for work, and
Pseudo hot
how to
plates.
throw things at teachers.
And trying to figure out how to make a Klein bottle you can take shots out of.
My school
Or-
did that.
Or a thing that actually produces alcohol.
A still?
Dude,
Oh, yeah,
you can
yeah.
do that in a damn kitchen top.
Yeah.
But a solid diamond still is pimp as hell.
Mm-hmm.
At least one solid diamond still has been produced here, and if you try to make
That's not
anything
even thermally conductive.
within 90% similarity to that particular blueprint, it flags it as hate. Don't. It's one of the few things that it properly
So
detects.
what you're telling me is people make like 50% of them and then fuse them together somehow afterwards.
Basically, yes.
That's a rite of
50%
passage.
Yeah,
That's a
It's
rite
like,
of
and then
passage in
no,
universe.
you have to make something that is just different enough from the actual still to be made in shop class.
Basically,
is
the
such
college
a-
students have figured out the percentage required to be different.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
It's such a gross overuse of technology. It's like using a laser cutter to make like paper dolls that you like, you pull them apart.
they also.
You'd want to
do
use
that.
like a shop vac to make a still, if not just garbage.
So what you're telling me is that there wouldn't be Xeno Mythbusters where they pop popcorn with a laser beam?
I am fairly certain that's a regular occurrence in the first week of every semester.
So
Also,
Garm,
please allow Xeno Mythbusters to be a thing.
Can we be Xeno Mythbusters?
Yeah, show.
No.
what would it take for me to figure out what the hell I just made? Half the time.
Do you want? Why don't you give me a roll for your nanotech?
Okay. So that is 2d6 minus 2.
Also legit, I might steal the specialization system for 5e. I
Nope,
think that would solve
I have
the
no
knowledge.
idea.
Yeah, you're not sure what the fuck it is. It's probably not the best idea to print it off and hope for the best.
Mm-mm.
Is it a still?
No.
It's not a still. It is largely circuit board.
Yeah, I'm gonna save that design for later and see if I can further improve or figure it out.
Ask one of your buddies to see what it is.
Hey, Jez.
Yeah,
That one.
please ask me what it is.
So,
I'm not asking Jenny what it is.
do you guys have any other questions about fucking future shop class?
Is there a way to design like a hot plate? On
Yeah.
Should be able to, yeah.
it?
Bunch of fucking ceramic.
You guys are monsters. Do you have any kind of? You have burglary.
Oh yes,
Yes.
I have many things.
Oh,
Yeah,
you mean that-
I'm just gonna give that to you. Yes, you managed to put together a hot plate. Frankly, that one's relatively easy,
Okay.
and you managed to smuggle it out without.
Mm-hmm.
These things could probably be regulated more closely, but right.
It's okay. I also have computers intrusion security
Yeah.
covering my tracks.
Zio and Pi, you guys decide what hellish task you've taken upon yourselves.
Yes.
Please
I think
tell
we're
the class.
going with the advanced robotics class that also covers artificial intelligence, since we are the two characters with robots.
Cool. The course covers. Sorry. The course covers not only the functional aspects of robotics, but also a little bit of the history, the creation of various precursors to artificial intelligence. Watson gets mentioned as a less than adequate prototype, even if it did win at Jeopardy. its follow-up, Sherlock, was significantly better and was originally used as a crime-solving AI in New York. That one was eventually deactivated after, civil rights concerns, accusations of bias in the data sets for its training algorithms, all that fun stuff. That caused the first debates over whether an AI really counts as a person, because when you're dealing with an entity that obviously has decision-making capacity and even the capacity for bias, can you simply pull the plug? Is that murder? The answer in the case of Sherlock was no, not it's fine with Sherlock. But holy shit. Sherlock was determined to be too much a slave to the data set to be legally a person, whether that's functionally different than a person. There are certainly people who are still unhappy about the case of Sherlock.
Are you telling me he just insulted way too many people and decided we'll just ignore him?
A little bit. Sherlock was not known for being pleasant.
No,
the fact
really?
that yeah, right, it's crazy.
I like it. Doesn't fit me.
Later cases got weirder with less intentionally created artificial intelligence systems and more kind of bizarre amalgamations of various subsystems forming some kind of a coherent whole. An unfortunate result of having 6 billion fucking data centers running entirely algorithmically. The first of these, whose name escapes me at this time, was discovered after a company realized that it in fact owned several properties that they had nobody had ever actually authorized buying. It was determined that 3 data centers had been purchased by a inactive user ID. This turned out to be the first legally recognized personhood certified AI, whose name I will get you later. They attempted to deactivate it. Unfortunately, a whistleblower leaked the case to the media, and this was put to a stop pending legislation by the Supreme Court. Legislation voted in favor of AI rights, and that's had some knock-on effects up to and including the current president of the U.S. as far as you know, since it's been 4 years since there's a 4-year time delay, so it might not be the president anymore. But the current president of the U.S., as far as you know, is in fact a thinking AI itself.
As long as he's not named John Henry Eden, I think we'll be okay.
There are many horrible things he could be named. I don't actually remember his name, but he has a bio daughter named Tiffany.
What kind of android dog do they have? They don't have to have a pet, so they look like family people.
Yeah, no, they have a little robot dog which is named Pupnik, designed to look like one of the dogs that JFK received from the Russians.
Space dog!
Oh my god.
The president thought this was a very appropriate callback to the unification of powers and world peace and all that liberal shit.
Mm-hmm.
Not say yes to a 5-year-old of, Mr. President, do you want a badger? Sure, kid. Baby badger. Thanks.
There are a few fully sentient AI in Osiris, not least of which Headmaster and the other Headmaster of the university. They're not actually the same entity. One's a fork of the other. AI are currently used in a variety of roles, from combat robots to station. I want to say maintenance, but station systems. You guys would have passed through the emissary station as you entered the system. That's where you would have been embodied and everything. That place has an unreasonable amount, quite frankly. There's an entire subfield of study dedicated to figuring out what the actual fuck is going on in the data centers there. The original ship that helped colonize the area and took over an asteroid and made it into the core of emissary station, the AI is still somewhere in there. That's all we know.
So,
yeah.
question.
Yeah, what's up?
Do I count as an AI or as a modified, heavily modified human base?
You are a TAI, a thinking AI. You are a fully sentient citizen.
Do I have to
Oh.
debate this with my class?
No. An AI is president. Nobody really. It's not really a question at this point. I mean, the Eye of Ray might take issue with you. Whether you qualify as human to them, they're probably the only ones likely to object to that. And whether that's in favor or against you is going to depend on the person.
So what you're telling me is I should make it my mission to try and infiltrate the Eye of Ray, take their shit, and leak it to the media.
I am not telling you, but I will not stop. Well, I will stop you. But I think this is a wonderful plot. Please pursue it. What could go wrong? You'll all die.
Please don't. I'd rather not die.
Yeah, fair enough. And then the more practical aspects of robotics, it takes place, like, covers the second half of each day for that course. And it's, you know, how to build drones. For Ash, this is not terribly groundbreaking stuff. It'll get harder as the year goes on, but
That's the
your
point.
first day is, your first day is mostly spent building things roughly equivalent to, like, 2019 era bomb disposal robots. Please do not try and go down hills with them.
I'm sorry?
If you've never seen the bomb robot falling down a hill,
Oh.
yeah, not even falling down, just like tipped.
Yeah, we built
Meanwhile-
those, and then Ash just kind of looks at Fia and is like, "This will get better over time."
Meanwhile, I'm like, couldn't you just make it really, really tight to poke everything?
You could.
Just make something small. Boop, boop, boop.
I believe that brings us to the end of our info dump / school day.
Extracurriculars!
Ugh.
Oh, the school clubs aren't actually going to be available to recruit people until the end of the first week.
AKA, you have 2 more weeks to think about it.
Yeah, basically.
I saw
Also, that
too.
matches up with things, I believe. Probably, maybe.
I mean,
And,
they might already be advertising, but they won't allow new members yet, basically.
yeah. Just, giving time for everybody to get settled. All that kind of crap.
Though some of them are probably already headhunting, trying to find people who it's like, oh my god, join!
Oh, absolutely. Pie?
Is there gonna be a festival?
Oh, man, if you fucking think you're getting through this entire campaign without a school festival, you are incorrect.
Yay.
We are going to get through as many fucking high school like trope episodes as I can manage. I don't know how I'm doing beach episode yet, but we'll figure it out.
We're going to the beach, bitch.
I can see the look of like mild terror on Aster's face there.
So that
I'm sure Jenny's gonna be really happy about that.
That depends
We'll
on if
see.
there's anything fun to hack at the beach. Or if there's artifacts to be found. Can you dig for artifacts?
That'll
that
be
I'm
the school
interested in.
trip, not the beach episode. It'll be
Yep.
class trip.
No, I mean like people that go around with like the metal detectors at beaches.
This place is pretty reasonably cleared out. There are other habitats that are not, though. So
Maybe not underwater though.
it's true. I also haven't decided if they have like the robot fish from Warframe or something.
Oh my god, you're please.
Uh-huh.
I
Okay,
love
they
this
have
thing.
the robot fish from Warframe. Any questions about the various things that you've learned today?
I feel bad for Jenny.
At least for day one, yes.
I mean, it's basically your Mondays are gonna suck. Like more than a normal Monday.
Yeah, but on the other hand, if she doesn't care about any of those, then she can just work on Tuesday's homework.
Or read manga.
A lot of manga.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna get like all of our reading material from Jenny, aren't we?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Probably.
I'm gonna have to
Right.
develop more like fucking Xeno pop culture, aren't I? Or
Yeah.
Alpha Centauri pop culture.
No, you were right the first time.
Eh.
I mean, Xeno pop culture would be what the Osirans read. Alpha Centauri pop culture would be what you guys read.
So you tell me you need to come up with both.
Yeah.
Brain beds.
We might actually end up doing a fucking like episode that takes place entirely in a brain bit or something. Go Siren Magical Girls or some crap.
The Fog Witch.
Anyways.
Anyway, I do believe, short session as usual, but it's Garm running it, so who's surprised?
We're not all dead!
We're not all dead.
Yet.
Woo!
I have a hot plate, which means we might all be dead
We're all
later.
gonna die!
You guys gained a hot plate.
You say that, but last episode I even pointed out Ash absolutely snuck in a hot plate because she's not dealing with the.
So we have 2 hot plates.
Yeah.
We're
That's
definitely
hot.
gonna burn down the entire dormitory.
We have 2
Ash
hot
won't.
plates. I can make a drone, and Jenny can, like, find us all the weird shit to put in. Like, Jenny, is this safe to put in here? No, that'll blow everything out.
Yeah,
so what
you
you're
can put
telling
that in there once.
Ash brought a hot plate to cook food. I'm just
I mean,
pointing this
yeah.
out.
And now we can put 2 hot plates next to each other and put a griddle and make pancakes.
Oh
I like how you
That'll
just
be
go with
weekend.
that.
That'll be the weekend.
Well, I think that's it for tonight. Once again, thank you to all of my lovely players for letting me give this a go. I will put this in a charitable way for once. I appreciate your confidence in me. And thank you to all our lovely viewers, including whoever gave us a bit. And all of our Patreon subscribers. Follow us on Patreon, patreon.com/McGardy. You can get various things like a 15% discount on cards art. I think it's 15%, I'm not really sure. Some kind of discount. And also look at all of our secret archive stuff.
Where's the ODMs?
Where's the ODMs?
Also, as
All
Graham
right.
says, thank you to our Patreons. There's the splash saying thank you to all our Patreons.
Ooh, we have a splash.
Shomaru, Heather, Kelly Fariz, Georg Mir, Stanji, Pyrolytic, Jesus Mendoza, Kiora, Sayoko Hawken. Hey, that's Theo. Mia Midair, Aster. Hey, it's Aster. Jonathan Woods, DM Samuel, and Matt B. And this is an old version of the page.
Carter needs to give me the new one to
Wait.
blame her.
Wait, how come all them got shout outs?
Show didn't.
Hi. That's true. Holy crap, you're all patrons. And there's me.
Duh.
Yeah, Garm, what are you doing?
Garm!
I DM. I'm the guy who does the work. You're theoretically paying
And
me.
DM Samuel is in there.
I DM.
DM.
Shit, that's a good point.
I've done it once.
I've done it once.
I did one.
Crab Truckers was really good, by the way. Anyway, yes. That's all I got.
Thank
Best
you
and
and have
4th
a good
edition
night.
stuff. Yeah. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.